Hi everyone, it's Nadia and Jake, and today we're going to be talking about something a little different. We are talking about next Netflix film, K-pop Demon Hunters. It's number one trending, I think, most parts of the world.
And has been for like weeks now?
Yeah, and we've been getting recommendation about this, so...
People won't shut up about it.
Yeah, I am so interested to hear what you think. I watched it last night. You watched it like a few minutes ago, really. What did you think?
I like to usually go into these reviews with some context and talk a little bit about like who made the movie, how it came about. I like to talk about that kind of thing. In this case, I have no idea how this movie was made or why or when, for whom. I don't know if it was an American production or a Korean American production. I mean, I just have no idea.
You just went into it naked.
I just went in... or blind. I guess I also went in naked. Sounds a little weirder. Yeah, I went in naked and... Very gladly so. My first impression was, wow, this looks really good. This has some fun energy. I like just being whisked away to this fun little world, or big world. K-pop stars are also demon hunters. That was the premise, and it just goes with the flow. It reminded me a lot of watching Into the Spider-Verse, simply because the animation style was so kinetic and fresh and artistic. It looked almost like stop motion-y at times, even though I know it wasn't stop motion. Yeah, it was good. That's my...
What would you rate it?
7 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I feel like I don't have much to add to this conversation because, yeah, this is cool. I thought it dragged a little bit in the middle. I got a little bored like at the halfway point, and then things picked up again just because the story was a bit predictable, but it was done so well, and the style and the little jokes and gags, it was just like a feast for the eyes. Entertaining. I love like when the girls are like obsessing over these guys, their eyes turn into like popcorn and they're like crying. Like it's just so expressive and wonderful to see this kind of animation come back. I thought it was like just really cool. I get why people are obsessed with it.
Yeah. I would rate it 8 out of 10, so a little bit higher than you. I thought it was really great. It reminded me of the Spider-Verse too, just because the music, I mean, it's different because this is more of a musical.
Well, the music was fun.
Yeah,
I like the music. There's some catchy tunes in there, and
I like the color scheme and choices when it comes to like the demon world.
It was really. I mean, honestly, the first 30 minutes, I was like, this is 10 out of 10. This is insane. Like just how everything looks, how it moves, the music with the action, it was so creative, just nonstop gags and little jokes and like just so clever and smart. And then it became a romance, and that's fine, you know, but.
Well, it's a very predictable story, like you stated. Like
I started, like, it lost a bit of steam, and it's a 90-minute movie, but it can't have like, it can't be nonstop action and excitement the whole time. But there was a part in the movie where, yeah, I was just kind of like, yeah, I get it. All right, let's move things along. But also that's me coming as a jaded, you know, person who's seen lots of movies before. You know, I feel like this movie...
It takes a lot to impress me, guys.
I mean, no, but I mean, really, when you think about it, like a lot of the movies that we love as kids, that we see as kids, we probably wouldn't have liked so much if we saw them as adults, because we have adult brains and we're used to a certain story structure and we know what to expect, you know? So that's of course going to get in the way, I think, or it can get in the way, I think, an experience like this sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I've been watching a lot of Korean dramas and shows, so it was very much like I was vibing. I'm in that mood right now, so I was very much vibing the film, even though it was a predictable, like as soon as it turned into romance, I was like, okay. And I found out a little bit more background of one of the main characters was like, oh, I know exactly where this is gonna go. The choices that she was making was very predictable, but yet because the way it was done, it's kind of like universal romance or universal like Romeo and Juliet kind of conflict. Even though you understand and you know how it ends, just the way it's done is so kinetic.
Like the moment where they run into the boy band demons and like it's slow motion and it's
no spoilers.
That's not a spoiler.
But still, you know, I do think that it was like done very well. The music was really nice and fun, and I think that it did a really good job at merging like the current environment, but at the same time making it like in a very completely different, obviously non-realistic world, but still bringing like some realism in there. I would recommend it as well.
I mean, I wish I had more to say before we get into spoilers, because I just don't have enough of an interest in animation and like animated films. I appreciate it and wonderful, and I love so many great animated films, but it's not like a passion of mine of like
I
looking into
used
how
to
things
watch-
are made. Like I'd love to know how they made this movie. Like I just have no idea, but it seems very cool.
I used to watch animated a lot growing up, and I still want to watch it. I just haven't had time to watch it. But yeah, I really loved it, and you know, something that I can see myself watching again.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's stuff they can do in this movie that is so cinematic and energetic that just goes beyond anything you'll see in most live action movies.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, the way the camera moves, the way action is staged, it felt like a comic book or a manga. It was very...
You could tell that there was a lot of thought put behind directions and everything, instead of like, okay, this is how we do it, this is how we're gonna get done, one and done. Like, okay, there's a creative process, and it was really nice.
And even though it's a predictable story, like part of the fun is just going with that predictable of just like, oh yeah, of course it's going to be like they hate each other at first, and you know they're going to get closer. And I like how distinct each of the characters are, you know, all the girls in the K-pop group. It simply and effectively, it just explains this is the world. There are demons, their job is to fight the demons, also they're K-pop stars. And it's like,
it's a very simple story, kind of told in this very nice, almost complex like visual method, and that's what makes it come together. I think if the story was more complex, I don't know, it didn't need to be more complex. I like the simplicity in this. I like the simplicity in that, but I also like the thoughtful design, thoughtful like direction, the way the camera rotates, the visuals of like the different colors with demons versus non-demons, the world and how we see them versus how it's being shown.
I mean, it's a very tight movie. Like there's nothing really that's like too much. It was just got a little predictable, and that's, you know, that's not a huge mark in the film. I mean, I feel like if I saw this in theaters, like we saw Spider-Verse or whatever, then I'd have a different like appreciation for it, because, you know, you watch it at home and you have distractions and you got to pause it every now and then. You know, it's just a different thing. And on a big screen with the sound, a different impression of the movie, and maybe it would have connected to me more. But as for now, I mean, and I guess Netflix actually, due to popular demand, they did some screenings of this movie, like sing-along versions in theaters. I mean, whatever convinces Netflix to start releasing their movies more in theaters, because I feel like Netflix is so reluctant to put any of their originals in theaters for longer than like a day or a week, because they're like, we're a streaming platform, we want people to watch it on streaming, but you're literally leaving money on the table. Like there's so much money to be had. Just these people want to see these movies in theaters, let them go see it and then put it on streaming, or even at the same time, you know.
I'm all for hybrid.
Like hybrid. I mean, but
I like streaming.
The theatrical, like doing theatrical is just like, there's so much money in it for the theaters, for audiences lots of audiences want to see it in theaters. And like streaming is just a horrible thing. I hate streaming.
It's a complete opposite take. I mean, not completely opposite. I want more movies in theater because theaters are dying. There's something really like, you know, something lost there. And I do want theaters to come back, but at the same time, I like streaming because of the busy lives and everything else. This is just more convenient. I don't want to have to pay extra. Just things are so expensive that I don't want to have to go to theater for like every film like I used to when I was a kid growing up. At the same time, pay all this money for streaming platforms it's just all expensive, and I don't want like streamings to stop because of that, just because it makes better financial sense personally. But you know, I do understand the lost
the
culture of theater goers and things like that, you know. So yeah. All right, can we get to spoilers?
Well, let's get to spoilers.
3, 2, 1. I mean, there isn't too much that I have to say in the spoiler section. So except
she's part demon, right?
She's part demon, gets tattoos, and it, like, you know.
Well, no, I think it's like not tattoo. It's like the mark of a demon.
Yeah, like it looks like
they tattoos, call it the pattern. Like
exactly.
Pattern, yeah.
And then it's all about like being a demon is fear, guilt, all these things, and it goes from her wanting to like, I gotta kill all these demons, eradicate the world of demons so that I could get rid of these tattoos. Yeah. She doesn't tell anyone one, basically about her half demon heritage. When the demons boy band shows up, I knew that there was going to be conflict between her and her bandmates who don't know her.
That was my favorite part of just their rivalry. Was so fun, you know, watching them like the game show that they do, and they're like, oh, look who's here, like just the like silly like banter. And
I like the shipping of like people from fans.
That was there was so much fun little humor like that. The romance between her and the guy was fine. I mean, it was very much like, well, she's part demon and he's demon. Of course, they're going to have, you know, her darker side. She can show that to him and everything. No, I guess he sacrificed himself though.
He did. What did you think about the ending?
It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like that they didn't end up together?
No, I honestly felt like I was missing that. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it felt like...
But also he's like 200 years old.
Twilight. It's like the same thing.
That's true. Right? I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I actually did mind the ending because she didn't seem too broken up about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was kind of like, wouldn't she be more sad about that?
I think she's like more so like, this was fun. We would have never worked out like past this.
Yeah, so then like in hindsight, the romance is kind of like, oh, I guess it wasn't that important, you know?
It's more like, I think they both knew that it wasn't gonna end up working long term, and they like had romance, but it's kind of like, the way that I saw it is Ethan from Mission Impossible, and everyone that he like has romance with, there's like almost like an understanding that this is only for this movie.
Just for this movie. Yeah. Maybe the next one.
Yeah. And then he's like, fine, you know, and then...
That's not true, though, because Ethan, he loves his wife, Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah, but that's why it's such a surprise to everyone that he has a wife that he divorced and all those things, because Did
they divorce, or is he legally dead?
Those she's married to someone else. Either way, this is Mission Impossible that we're talking about, but either way, that kind of reminded me of that kind of love story.
But you know what's funny? I actually thought of Mission Impossible while watching this, because I'm like, this is cool. And there's like cool hype moments and like fun stuff that are like exciting and cool and like badass. But it's not really for me. This isn't really the genre and the kind of thing. You know, I'm a grown-up man, you know. It's not that I can't enjoy that, but it's like, I think that the target audience for this is maybe a little younger, but
it's me. I like it.
Yeah, well, perfect. And so, but now I was thinking of like, is Mission Impossible my like K-pop Demon Hunters? Because not all of them are very good, but I enjoy them very much for all the hype moments and the cool badass stuff. And I'm like, maybe it is. It's such like a fun, like I understood the excitement and the energy. There's so much like passion and cool moments in this, and the music is very catchy. Am I bad? But I kind of like their mean song, the Mean Girl song, better than the nice happy song that they had to go with at the end.
I get where you're coming from.
They're all like, screw you, we hate you.
I think it was really funny. No, I really liked all the songs. I love my favorite part of the film probably was when they're doing a press tour and they're like, we're gonna split. And then half of the audience, they lose. And they're like, oh no, we're going to come together. And then all the audience go together when it comes to like signing and all these other things. And I'm like, I thought it was cool the way they incorporated like marketing techniques. And I really like the ending. I just like that you could tell that there's a lot of thought put into making of the film. And I appreciate that, because a lot of these types of film can be so thoughtless. I like Studio Ghibli a lot because it's like very thoughtful. There's just such an artistic moments with every kind of scene, and this one is completely different, done differently, but that's what I liked about it, is you can kind of appreciate the work and everything and how everything comes together. It's not easy. So not only enjoyed the story, but I was able to appreciate it because of the way that they executed it. So yeah. Anything else to add?
Nope.
All right. Well, let us know if you watched this, what you thought. And then if not, are you watching something else in theater? Because we really don't feel like there's anything going on.
There is stuff. It's just it's not in our theater. And
let us know what might be going on that's cool. Or
I wanted to see
We'll see if it plays here.
I wanted to see Highest to Lowest really bad, but it was nowhere near me. And
it's like an hour and a half drive.
It'll be on Apple in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.